Imagine a world without cities, without farms, without a single permanent home. A world where humanity was constantly on the move, a planet of nomads. This wasn't some distant alien world. This was our world for over 99% of human history. Let's journey back in time, long before the first bricks were laid for the first cities, to explore the incredible lives of our nomadic ancestors. What do you picture when you hear the word nomad? Maybe a harsh, desperate struggle for survival? While life was certainly challenging, it was also a life of profound freedom, deep connection to nature, and incredible ingenuity. These weren't aimless wanderers. Nomadic groups were masters of their environments. They moved with the seasons, following the migration of animals and the ripening of wild plants. Their encyclopedic knowledge of the land was their greatest asset. They knew which berries were safe to eat, where to find water in a dry landscape, and how to read the stars like a map. Think of their toolkit. It was lightweight, multifunctional, and portable. Everything they owned, they could carry. A finely crafted spearhead from stone wasn't just a weapon. It was a symbol of skill passed down through generations. Baskets woven from reeds could carry everything from foraged nuts to their most precious belongings. Animal hides provided clothing, shelter, and warmth. Every object had a purpose, and waste was a concept that didn't exist. This was the original minimalist lifestyle, born out of necessity and perfected over millennia. But what about their society? Far from being isolated individuals, nomads lived in close-knit family groups. These bands were their world. Cooperation was the key to survival. A successful hunt was shared by everyone. Children were raised by the entire community, learning skills not from a textbook, but by watching, doing, and listening to the stories of their elders around a crackling fire. These stories weren't just entertainment. They were the living library of their people, carrying history, morality, and essential survival knowledge. It was in these communities that art was born. Think of the breathtaking cave paintings that still whisper to us from the deep past. These were expressions of their world, their beliefs, and their place within the cosmos. Their lives were a dance with nature, not a battle against it. They understood the rhythms of the earth in a way we've largely forgotten. They moved through the landscape, leaving little trace, living as a part of the ecosystem, not as its master. This deep connection fostered a rich spiritual life, one that saw divinity in the sun, the moon, the animals they hunted, and the rivers that gave them life. So, the next time you look at the towering skyscrapers of a modern city, take a moment to remember the long journey that brought us here. Remember the resilience, the intelligence, and the deep wisdom of our nomadic ancestors. They were the pioneers of the human story, and their legacy is woven into the very fabric of who we are today. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this fascinating, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the past. See you next time.